guys, it is Sunday and today's gonna be like a full reset day. I have so many things to do, mainly just staying inside and cooking. I have to meal prep for the week. I'm gonna make a lot of good food. Like I'm gonna make homemade granola, tomato soup, just like really fall cozy recipes. Before I do that, I do want to go outside and go on like a fall walk because I think this is the last weekend before the leaves start falling. The leaves look beautiful right now in Virginia. They've like all changed. So I'm gonna do a little walk in Oldtown. I do have to go to my local bookstore, so I need a new book. I just finished Mexican Gothic a week ago and I'm looking for a new book. I think I'm gonna stick to like the thriller genre. I'm gonna grab some coffee before I go there as well, go on my little walk. But you guys, I look super tired because last night was one of the rare nights where I stayed up late. Like I'm talking like 1:30 a.m. Normally I go to bed at like 10:30 every single night, even on the weekends, but I stayed up binge watching Harry Potter. It's so funny because I've seen it like thousands of times, but I watched the 5th, 6th, and 7th movie all this weekend. And I'm like sobbing watching the movie when all these characters die, even though I watched these movies like 1,000 times. I kid you not. Like I think I've memorized every line. I'm really excited because I still have Deathly Hallows Part 2 to watch today. But before I get to all that, I have so many things to do. So I'm going to take you guys along with me. Before I go, I'm going to start off the day by taking a spoonful of my coconut cult. I've been trying to be really, really good and consistent about this just because I want to see like what benefits is it going to give me. So I've been taking it consistently, I'd say, for a couple weeks now, and I'm not noticing like a huge difference, but it's probiotics. It's good for you. All you need is a spoonful. So this is what it looks like. So I kind of take like a thick spoonful and just take one. Don't double dip because there are live active bacterial cultures in here and you don't want to be double dipping. I have a hard time believing this has only 4 grams of sugar. It's so sweet. I was so happy they had this in stock at Whole Foods because every time I go now, they're out of stock, but it's good stuff. I recommend the chocolate one. If you've tried the plain and you didn't like it, give it a go with the chocolate. It tastes completely different. Okay guys, I'm going to be making granola. What better time than to make granola during the fall time? I'm so excited. So for this recipe, you'll be needing oats, of course. That's going to be the primary base for the granola. And honestly, the rest is up to you. Like whatever nuts you have laying around, this is a great time to use them. So I'm going to do, this is going to be jam-packed. I'm going to do almonds. I'm going to do pumpkin seeds, chia seeds. I have some sunflower kernels. And then I'm going to do pecans here as well. Some flax seeds, which I know is better if you grind them up, but I'm really lazy. I'm sure there's still some nutritional benefit from them. Hemp seeds, and then you need a sweetener. So I'm going to do maple syrup. I guess you could do like honey if you really wanted to, but maple syrup is usually the most common. And then I'm going to add some flavor. So I'm going to add cinnamon, lots and lots of cinnamon, and then vanilla extract. Oh, and then I also want to add, I have some hazelnuts in my fridge. I like to store most of the nuts like in the fridge because it helps keep them fresher longer. But this whole time I've been thinking I have coconut oil at home and I don't. So I quickly have to run to Trader Joe's and grab some coconut oil. I live like a 2-minute walk away from Trader Joe's. So let's go to Trader Joe's. Coconut oil, grab one of these. Perfect. Let's get out of here. It is super crowded in Trader Joe's. We have retrieved the coconut oil. Now I have all of the ingredients I need to make my granola. Okay, so first and foremost, heat up your oven to 400 degrees. And then I have a little saucepan that I'm going to combine all the ingredients in. So we're gonna take our coconut oil. You're gonna add in around a cup of the coconut oil. It sounds like a lot, so I'm gonna see if I can get away with less. Oh my gosh. This coconut oil is like very thick. And then once this melts down, I'm gonna add in a bunch of cinnamon. Like lots of it. This smells so good. And then I'm also gonna add in a little bit of vanilla extract. Just a little dash of vanilla. Okay, and then we're gonna add in a few cups of oats. So the recipe calls for 3 cups, but I'm just kind of winging it. Okay, and then we're gonna add in maple syrup. Okay, then I'm gonna add in a handful of almonds, like a couple handfuls, some pumpkin seeds. It literally smells like fall in my kitchen right now. Some pecans. I'm gonna add some hazelnuts. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells like fall in my apartment right now. I added the rest of the ingredients like the hemp seeds, the flax seeds, the sunflower seeds. I feel like I could add a little bit more oats. So yeah, make sure you do 3 cups of oats. So that will be your base. And then you can kind of like add whatever proportions of the nuts that you would like. I'm kind of feeling like adding in a pinch of salt. I think that's gonna really help bring out the sweetness from the maple syrup. And you can be as creative with this as you would like. If you want to add in chocolate chips, cranberries, raisins, you could do that. I'm going to keep mine to these ingredients though. I made it a little too sweet, but that's not a bad thing. Adding the salt was a game changer actually. I could just eat this straight up, but let's bake this. Making granola from scratch is so much better for you because oftentimes they put in so much junk in granola, like really bad oils and like a lot of sugar. You can control all that when you make it at home, and you can control like what exactly you want in your granola. I barely even had to buy any ingredients. I already had like all of this laying around. All right, you guys, she is ready to go into the oven. So she's gonna go into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for like 25 minutes. Also, I didn't get a chance to show which book I ended up choosing because my camera was bugging out at the bookstore, but I got this one, Blue Sisters by Coco Mellers. She wrote Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which I haven't read, but I heard it's good. But this seems like a really fun book because it's about some sisters who like go back to New York and they try to like save their apartment. And I am going to New York in a few weeks for my birthday. You guys, I kind of burnt my granola. Ugh, it was so good. I mean, it's still doable, but it's definitely more cooked than I would have liked it. I had to remove some of the burnt pecans. So don't put it in for 25 minutes. Honestly, probably just 10 minutes. Yeah, like this is too burnt. I can't eat that. So I'm going to store my granola into these jars. I let my granola cool and I just stored it into these little jars. I wish I had a bigger version like I do for my oats, but I need to get one of these. I got this from IKEA, by the way, all these jars. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little yogurt granola bowl for breakfast. So I have my bowl here. I'm gonna do the Siggy's yogurt. This is a really good brand for Greek yogurt. I really like them. A big whopping spoonful of this, maybe 2. I really like pairing granola with yogurt because yogurt's like really high in protein and granola is just like straight up carbs. So it's good to kind of balance it out with some protein here. I'm gonna add in my granola. And then we're gonna add in some fruits. Let's do a strawberry. Top her off with some fruits. I was gonna do banana, but I think it's getting a little too sweet for me. So then I'm just gonna do some berries as well, just some raspberries. Look at that. Yum, yum, yum. Get my spoon. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go to a coffee shop that's local to Oldtown. It's called Misha's, and they have this like really cute rooftop area that I'm gonna sit and read for the rest of the day. And yeah, I'm just having the best day ever. When the sun is out, my mood is just like so amazing. I haven't read a good book in a really long time, and this is like already 10 out of 10. I'm only 100 pages in, but it literally feels like I'm watching a movie. I love it. The character development is so freaking good. I highly recommend you guys read this. It's really good. Guys, I'm in Georgetown and I just took my first pottery class. It was so much fun. It was actually so therapeutic. So we all just practiced centering on the wheel. Made 2 bowls. We'll see if they last. But anyways, I had so much fun. I signed up at Hinckley Pottery in Georgetown. If you guys live in the area, there's a huge wait list though, and I finally got off last week, so I was so happy. But yeah, I get to do this every Saturday night, and it's so cool because I usually don't come to Georgetown on a Saturday night because it's so busy. But I don't know, it just feels so wholesome to have a pottery class on a Saturday night. I'm gonna go home and make dinner. I'm about to make tomato soup. I'm so excited. I hope I have the right amount. I think this should be enough because I'm also gonna add like cherry tomatoes. I heard the best recipes call for a different variety of tomatoes, and then I'm also gonna throw in a bell pepper. Technically you're supposed to use a white onion, but I only had red onion, so I'll use that. And then I'm gonna also roast this whole garlic. So the first step is basically just cutting all this up, throwing it on the pan. Here are all the tomatoes, bell peppers, onions chopped up. I placed the garlic in the center, and then I'm just gonna pour some olive oil on top of here. Now I'm also gonna do some garlic powder. Pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for around 45 minutes. Okay, so the tomatoes have baked in the oven for a while, so I'm just going to scoop this up into my pot. Alright, and then the final touch is adding this garlic, which you can just squeeze her out. And then we're gonna add in some sprigs of basil as well. Okay, so I got my immersion blender ready to go. I added 1 cup of, or basically this whole container of bone broth. Technically, I think you're supposed to use like chicken stock or chicken broth, but I just had this on hand, so it'll be extra healthy. It's also really, really important to add some sugar. I know it's weird, but anytime you're cooking with tomatoes, like even if you're making chili or anything tomato based, you always want to add in like a little pinch of sugar. Like I'm actually adding in this much, because what it does is it cuts the acidity from the tomatoes. So definitely don't skip this part. You guys definitely make sure you're adding fresh Parmesan cheese to this soup because it deserves it. Do not add a boxed or bagged Parmesan cheese. It needs to be freshly ground. Sometimes I even would put the rind in here, let it boil, and then like remove it. I do that sometimes for pasta sauces, but I don't feel like it right now. And then lastly, you add your heavy cream to this as well. Alright guys, finally finished the soup. This is how she looks like and tastes so good. I'm gonna take some for my parents tomorrow as well, and then I'm just gonna have this throughout the week with obviously grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm finally ready to unwind for the night, and I'm gonna make myself some cookies. I really like this brand. They're like really clean ingredients, and they still taste really good. That's really important for a chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to make 2. That's right. We're gonna make 2 of them. Gonna pop this in the oven, and then obviously we need some milk with our cookies. So I got this milk from the farmer's market.
The question is, at what cost?